Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it. We test it. You play it. Now, this is a very belated, very better late than never review of a video game from 3 years ago. And it'll also include a special mini segment of the DLC Zone. Alright, now, the history is that this game, it came out in 2014, and I had it on my winter holiday list, and by the time I got it, everyone and their grandma had reviewed it. So we here at Aperture Gaming, we didn't want to review something that everyone else had done. So we figured it was a little too late. We played the game, we got pretty far in, and then the real world happened. We got delayed, and then it was announced that the sequel would be coming out this October. So then we had to, since we had played the game for so long, we had to start all over again, and had to rush to play through it, so this way we would get used to the controls and know about the story and stuff and be ready, because we are talking about, to prep you for the upcoming game, Lord of the Rings, War of Mordor. We are taking you back in time to 2014's release of The Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor. Also, if you're thinking about getting the War of Mordor and you're like, oh, this looks interesting, this is to let you know that there was that War of Mordor is a sequel, so we are covering the first game, the original game. We are going to have to go pretty far into spoiler territory here, so if you haven't picked up the game yet, just do so. It's a really good game, and yeah. This also kind of serves as a primer to help you get ready for the second game. Alright, so Shadow of Mordor. This takes place in the Lord of the Rings universe, and it's not focused, and here's what we get. New characters, we get some, a character that was established in the series, and I think we get some other old characters. I'll be honest, I'm not a J.R.R. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings expert. I am a fan, but I am not a full-blown expert like some people are be. Some people are be. Smeagol, what are you doing here? Anyway, yeah. They actually did consult some Tolkien experts when they were making this game. So anyway, you play as Talion. Typical story, your family is murdered and now you seek revenge against the Dark Lord, Sauron, and his army of Uruks. I know I'm probably going to be pronouncing some stuff wrong, but yeah, I know it is Uruk. It's like an orc, only more powerful. Gameplay-wise, I've heard this game compared to be like a hybrid of the Batman Arkham series and the Assassin's Creed series meshed together with like gameplay style, mechanics. As you go through the game, you unlock new powers and abilities, and to the point you can control Uruk to do your bidding in some areas. There's two major areas that this game takes place in. Udun and the Sea of Nirnin. I know I'm probably pronouncing those names wrong. It's a really good game. I like the size of both worlds. There's stuff to collect, like beasts to hunt, towers to unlock for fast travel. And this game it took an old concept and it mixed it with a new concept. An old concept seen in video games and mixed it with a new one that really helped to work off it. The Nemesis system. Let's say you're killed by an Uruk. That Uruk then gets promoted. Like instead of just Ragafrag, he becomes Ragafrag the Powerful, and as he moves up he gets more and more powerful. And then later on you're able to figure out if you want to slay him or if you want to control him and have him be under your iron grip. The game, I love the game, great story, great visuals, great use of great controls and powers and such. I only have a few nitpicks, like when you're controlling, like if you want to send a death threat to an Uruk to make them more powerful and give you a higher chance of reward, you can't be within like 20 yards of them. Like you have to move out like to 50 yards away before you can send the death threat. A little odd there. Uruks are able to fight amongst themselves, and you can figure out which one you want to win, or you can have them both. But here's what: if you control both Uruks that are having you can't have them have a power struggle against each other for some reason. You can have one go against one you don't have controlling, but yeah. Yeah, so very weird how, there's some stuff that you can and can't do. And like, you can't have them fight against each other, you can't send a death threat to one that's already in your control, even to make them more powerful, which would help in your favor, but It was a very good story. I loved the game. Great visuals, great story, great controls. I give it, so with the nitpicks, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. Alright, so and now on to the DLC zone. Okay. Alright, sorry. So there are multiple DLCs for this. In fact, there was one that was announced in July of 2017, this year, so this shows you how far behind I am. So, okay, let's start from the bottom and work our way to the top. Starting with the Lord of the Hunt. It's a DLC. It takes place in the game. It takes place before these events and after these events. Okay. When you get to the Sea of Nurden, you meet a character named Torben, and you have to help him with some hunting. There are animals in the game that you can actually ride and control. Categors and Grogs. But in this DLC you get Karagaths, a more stealthy version of the Caragor, and a Vile Grogs that can actually projectile lethal toxic vomit. How pleasant. Yeah, this DLC, and it only takes place in the Sea of Nurden. So you're limited to one of the two playable areas. Yep, and the hunting beastmasters that you have to take out, you can't control them. You actually have to slay them, so you can't add them to your army. Whatever powers and abilities you have in the game, they do carry over to that DLC, but all your runes get unslotted, so you have to reslot them. So I was like, wait, why is this acting funny? What's going on here? Yeah, so you can get new runes, but the runes you have get unslotted, and you can't recruit any of the beastmasters to come over to your side back in the main game. And also, all the beasts that you encounter in that DLC, the Karagaths and the Grogs, the Vile Grogs, they don't transfer into the main game, so that was kind of like, what the heck, man, come on. But still, it's a pretty good DLC. You get a new costume from it. It adds to the story. I give it a 9 out of 10 because of that. Okay. It's all right, but yeah, I feel like we're like, okay, I understand we're only get this one area, but seriously, what's with the rune unslotting, and why can't we have the Beastmasters now in the main game? All right, the next DLC was the Bright Lord. This DLC is a prequel. It gives you the story of. All right, in the main game, you are paired with a wraith who is an elf. It is Celebrimbor. He is the elf that forged the Rings of Power. In this, you get a bit of a backstory as to what happened to lead to the events of the main story. It takes place back in Udun. There is like one or two areas where like whatever happens in the main game, the dialogue carries over to this DLC, so there was a slight problem there, slight glitch. The animals are regular, but here's what, you can control the ghouls. That's what it is, yeah. You can actually get an ability to control the ghouls, which is pretty cool, but I didn't get a chance to probably test to see if it goes over to the main game. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Also, your abilities are limited, and you only have a few slots at your disposal for the runes. Now this I understand because you haven't merged with Italian yet. So I understand, like I said, this is a prequel. It's a pretty good DLC. Also, you can't control the, you can control the Uruk, but you're only trapped in this, once again, you're only in one area of the game. It's a good story, and yeah, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. Pretty good prequel. It explains a few things. Visually, the game, it does look like it did for the main game, but obviously that would require to overhaul the entire world map just for a prequel DLC. That would be a little tricky. Though, I did see it done for Assassin's Creed 3 when they had the Tyranny of King George. They overhauled some areas. Oh, and one more thing about so that's for the Bright Lord. 9.5 out of 10. The Lord of the Hunt, 9 out of 10. And here's an interesting thing: you actually see pages of they have collectibles. They have collectibles in these DLCs, and one of them you can find Torben's journal for Lord of the Hunt, and you actually get dates like month, day, and year, which helps figure out a placement in the Lord of the Rings universe, like when these events do happen. And it does mention like stuff of the past and the present, and stuff that happened in the main game before you encounter Torben. So that's pretty cool. Alright, there was another DLC thing, Trials of War. That's what, along with this, you can also get, other DLC stuff included like character skins and runes and like new missions in the main game to like challenge special enemy groups to either destroy them, get more runes, or to have them recruited to your side. Yeah, but so it was pretty cool. This game offered a lot of variety of stuff for DLC wise. And the Trials of War, it's like, okay, you have to slay 5 captains and 1 war chief. You have to do it within 15 minutes, and you have to have a score of and for it to officially go get the trophy on the leaderboard, you have to have 4,000 points or more. So that's all right. I mean, I can understand how some people would be like, I can take out this many Uruk within this much time, blah blah blah. I can understand that, but it doesn't really add to the story. It's more of like I guess like when you finish the main game, you want to try to figure out some other stuff to do. So it's all right, but not really my cup of tea. But the final thing I liked, and the final DLC, and this was what was announced in July of 2017, the Nemesis Forge. By the end of the game, you can have Uruk under your control. But let's say you left one or two Uruk alive that had killed you multiple times, or had bested a few of your captains. This final DLC takes place back in the Sea of Nurin. You can't get back to the land of Udun. And here's where I found out I was too good at the game. Almost my entire board, for the entire area of captains and war chiefs, I had all the war chiefs under my control, and the entire plane was filled with the captains that I had control over. Yeah, so here's how this is going to work. I had to pretty much let like 2 or 3 Uruks defeat me just so I could have a Nemesis, something to work on. Because here's what's going to happen. For the War of Mordor, your most loyal Uruk soldier, they will be transported into War of Mordor, and they will fight alongside you. And then at some point, your arch nemesis from Shadow of Mordor will be transferred into War of Mordor. I think that's a really interesting concept that they worked on. And the best part is you can alter the field to your please as you please. Like, let's say you don't like the way a guy looks or his stats, you can just kill him off, and I think it'll then pick the next guy who's most loyal to you. Make sure you then have them, I don't know, run around, do some missions for you, because honestly, I don't know what's going to happen in the next game, but I'm making sure my guys are very strong. Levels, like, not level 10, like maybe 18, 19, 20. As for my Nemesis, I am so good, I actually had to go out and let a few Uruks kill me just so I could find a Nemesis, so I'd have something to transfer into the game. What would happen if I didn't have either a Nemesis? I don't know. As for Loyal Soldier, I have no idea about that either. So I think that's an interesting concept, how 3 years even after the initial game's released, and with them coming up with the new one, they're finding a way to still work on the old game and give us something new. So I like that idea. I just wish we could have gone back and forth between Udun and the Sea of Nurin. Like, we could have our most loyal soldier from map A, and our most loyal soldier from map B, and our most powerful nemesis from map A and map B. So this DLC, this new add-on content, I like it. Like I said, I'm a little too good. I had too many captains under my control, but I thought it was really good. I give it like a 9.5 out of 10. So for the majority of these DLCs, I'd say it's definitely in the ballpark of 9 to 9.5, along with the game. It was very well done. I'm very excited to see how this new game plays out. I've seen footage of it. I've seen trailers. I've seen. It just looks really great. It looks also fun to play, and it looks like there's going to be some elements of comedy involved. It's going to be interesting to see how close this sticks to the Tolkien elements and how much they change and go with. So it'll be great to see how this plays out. And I did, like I said, I did try Trials of War. I'll give that. I understand how that could be for some people who are trying to do the leaderboards thing. I'll give that a 9 out of 10 just to be fair also. Yeah, so that was the DLC Zone, quick improv, and the main review. So yeah, if you haven't played Shadow of Mordor, alright, it's around August when this review is going up. So yeah, plenty of time to find the game, play the game, beat the game, find the DLC, play and beat the DLC. Seriously, I did like the main game. I think it was under 40 hours. Not consecutively, but like just 2 days straight. No, I had to play this a couple of days just to make sure I was ready for this. So yeah, find the game, play it, beat it, you'll love it. Alright, that's all the time we have for this episode. Sorry for how funny things have been on this channel about real world blah blah blah. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming, saying thank you for watching, and game on. And this has been also partially the DLC Zone. We're not doing the official outro because it's not an official DLC Zone, but yeah. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Game on.